I hate fast food. And let me tell you why. Before I graduated college, I worked fast food. I had to work as a manager, and I hated every second of it. The worst day on the job I ever had was, I'm not going to say the restaurant name, but at a chicken shop. We were open on a Monday. Now, we expected it to be busy. We did not plan on how busy it actually was. So let me lay it out. We were running with a skeleton crew, just enough to get the shop running. Now, I will say that the lunch rush, pretty crazy. We got through it. 4 o'clock, high school kids start rolling in. It has not let up at all. I mean, food is constantly going out. The high school shift was coming in. And on this high school shift, there were 4 kids: Jack, Elijah, Casey. Now, Casey was my drive-through guy. Casey, too, was my lobby guy. Elijah and Jack, they were my cooks. It gets super slammed for dinner. It is actually so busy that nobody can actually park in the parking lot. They are parking on the road and walking up to the restaurant. Now, in walks a Karen. You're on the internet. You know what a Karen is. And this was a Karen. She comes in, and I could already tell she was mad because when she flung open the door, she had to whip her hair with it. She marches straight up to the counter. I'm in the back looking through the service window, and I'm like, gonna have to go deal with this up front. And I'm like, hi, how can I help you? I am the kind of guy that facial reactions will set me off. If you use a facial reaction as a response, I cannot handle that. Something in my primitive brain snaps. Because when I asked, hi, how can I help you? She just did I'm sorry, I proceeds to set a bag down on the counter. And she goes, my food isn't cooked. And I'm like, I look at the bag. I look at her. I don't think there's anything we can do for you. She opens up the bag, takes the food out, like just grabs handfuls of this food and dumps it on the counter. She goes, does that look cooked to you? I got to keep my job. I need this. I'm a broke college kid. I have bills to pay. I'm surviving off of peach water flavoring and cockroaches. Like, that's all I could afford to eat and drink. I have to bite my tongue. Oh, ma'am, that doesn't look cooked. Well, I need you to fix that now. And she leans forward. She leans forward now. Yes, ma'am. I understand what you're saying. There's only one problem. She interrupts me while I'm explaining this to be like, I don't need an excuse. I need you to fix it. So I look at her and I'm like, ma'am, I'm not going to touch the food that you brought in. She looks at me and goes, that's your food and you didn't do your job correctly. Now I'm standing here. Casey too has already noticed what is going on. And he comes forward and he goes, ma'am, that's not our food. That's a Wendy's. Karen came into my chicken shop with Wendy's fast food, which is a burger joint, if you do not know, and thought she was in a Wendy's saying, fix this. You would think a normal human being would see their mistake and be like, I am so embarrassed, I'm so sorry, and leave. Not this Karen. I got that here. It's not my fault if you use the wrong bags. Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Why would that ever happen? I have to explain to this woman that that's not a possibility. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. She's not receiving any of it. I am seeing that there is just no win. He goes, I want to speak to your manager. I am the manager. And I didn't feel good delivering that line. And then she goes, another one. Your manager. And I'm like, not here. She goes, why? Good question. Real good question. I don't know how to answer it. I ask her to step to the side. Let us work on this dinner rush. And then I'll talk to her some more. She huffs puffs, scrapes up all of the nasty food. I'm trying to help out Casey too. And I'm like, hey, Casey, thanks for having my back there. That's why I like you. You're a great kid. You're real good at your job, Casey. And, you keep that up and I don't know, maybe I can get you a raise. And Casey, he goes, thanks, man. My name's not Casey. Now, I've been training these four. These were my four. I trained them for two months before the restaurant actually opened. And I've been calling this kid Casey since day one. Yeah, my name's not Casey. And I'm like, okay, what is your name? He's like, my name's Preston. At this time, the lady overhears me having this conversation with. So she walks up. And when she walks up, she goes, is he bothering you? Talking to Preston about me. He looks at her and he goes, no, we're just having it. And she interrupts him and goes, I heard him call you by the wrong name. She then proceeds to put her hand like in between me and Preston. And she's like, I don't feel safe with you here. I haven't said a word to her during this interaction. This has been all Preston, all her. So I was like, that's out of left field. So I say to her, that's out of left field. She starts making paths around the store going, oh my gosh, you're going to talk to me like that when I am trying to take up for him. And Preston, this entire time being like, nothing was happening. I didn't need protection. This lady then starts asking other customers, being like, did you see that? Did you see how he was treating that cashier? They have no clue what's going on. I'm still standing there, letting everything just come off. And I go over. She left the Wendy's bag by the trash. I grab the Wendy's bag. He goes, do not. Excuse me. Do not touch my belongings. Due to the fact that you are interacting with other guests, you have raw food on your hands, I'm going to have to get the law involved. I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store or have the police remove you. I awakened another form for her when I said get the police involved, because she then thinks the police is on her side for some reason and goes through a whole tangent of calling me stupid. I don't know. I guess she thought if I called the cops, they would come and be like, you evil, evil man. You evil, evil man. You're going to jail. They're on my side. They're going to be on my side. The restaurant had windows all around. And she decided to go to the front of the store, walk behind the bushes, and stand by the window, tapping it, going, jail, 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 jail. Did eventually get called. And they did show up. Now, I didn't call them. Another customer called them. Police come up. They have to go into the bushes to talk to this lady. You can hear them talking to her. And they were saying, man, what's the problem? What's going on? I mean, incoherent, screaming, nothing making, saying just, Preston, damn, wrong name, uncooked burgers. They were just as confused as we are, but they were working with even less than me. She got arrested. And they took her to jail, assuming, or just removed her from the premises. I don't know what. Let them loose in the woods or throw them back in the lake. I don't know what they do. Thank you guys so much for listening to yet another story. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers, so please, please, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Get to 100. Like the video, and what's the worst job you guys have